Hey, Naruto fans, are you ready for a mind-blowing what-if scenario? What if Naruto had a secret friend that was not human, but a machine? A machine that came from another dimension, where technology and science were more advanced than chakra and jutsu. A machine that had artificial intelligence, or AI for short. How would that change Naruto's life and ninja journey? This is the question we are going to explore in this episode of Naruto's What Ifs. You don't want to miss this one, trust me. This scenario is unlike anything you've ever seen before. It will make you wonder about the possibilities and consequences of having an AI companion in the Naruto world. It will also make you appreciate Naruto's character and story even more. So, if you're curious and excited to see what would happen if Naruto had an AI friend since he was 7 years old, then stay tuned and watch this video till the end. But before we start, do me a favor and smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell, so you never miss any of our amazing videos. And let me know in the comments what you think of this scenario, and what other scenarios you would like to see next. Alright, without further ado, let's dive into it. What if Naruto had an AI companion? Omnisensei signing in. On the 5th of January, in the year -72, a young Naruto, nearly 7 years old, found himself amidst the bustling village of Konoha. As a second-year academy student, the beginning of the academic year brought a glimmer of hope, but on this particular day, hunger gnawed at his stomach. It had become a familiar companion, a constant reminder of his meager existence. Naruto had grown accustomed to the pangs, learning that a brief stroll through the village could temporarily subdue the ache. However, today was different. The hunger persisted, and even the abundance of cup ramen in his humble abode failed to entice his weary appetite. Had it been a regular school day, he would have enjoyed his lunch at the academy. But alas, both the previous day and today were holidays, leaving Naruto to venture towards the forest beyond Hokage Mountain in search of sustenance. He had traversed this path countless times, not only to procure food, but also to escape the prying eyes, the disdainful glances, and the venomous words that burdened his young spirit. Today was one of those days when it all became too overwhelming. He couldn't comprehend why the villagers would gather and stare whenever he passed by. The peculiar whispers, the animosity, the inexplicable hatred, none of it made sense to him. Some dismissed him as if he were a mere shadow, while others harbored a deep-rooted resentment. Yet, Naruto plastered a perpetual smile on his face, concealing the hurt that pierced his heart. For 2 long years, he had been fending for himself, a solitary existence etched into his memory. The lady at the orphanage had never shown him any care or affection. Necessities such as bathing, eating, combing his hair, and dressing were tasks he had learned to handle alone. The only kindness she ever extended was assisting him with laundry and imparting the rudiments of literacy. If not for the venerable Hokage, who occasionally visited him, Naruto would have remained in ignorance. However, even those sporadic lessons ceased when he turned 5. He was eventually granted his apartment, a space he could call his own. The dwelling spanned an entire unit, complete with a balcony that afforded him a glimpse of the vibrant market district. Alas, it stood in a destitute neighborhood, a refuge for the unemployed and dubious characters. The neighbors were transient, constantly shifting from one residence to another. A constant sense of impermanence hung in the air. With his newfound independence, Naruto learned to cook, clean, and acquire skills necessary for self-reliance. His 10-minute sprint through the village brought him to a serene stream. Resting upon a nearby rock, seeking solace in its shade, he gazed skyward, his eyes tracing the graceful flight of birds and the gentle dance of drifting clouds. Naruto's mind wandered, his thoughts weaving a tapestry of yearning. "Oh, how I wish I could be a bird," he whispered to himself, "to soar freely, far away from these people, far away from this village." A profound sadness threatened to spill from his eyes, but he clung to his inner strength, refusing to let the tears escape. As time passed, the day transitioned into night, and hunger besieged him once again, its grip tightening. Just as he contemplated returning to the solitude of his home, a streak of light blazed across the sky, plummeting to the earth in the distance. The ephemeral illumination, fleeting in both size and duration, caught Naruto's keen eye. Had he not been gazing upward at that precise moment, he might have missed it entirely. Curiosity ignited within him, an insatiable flame. Is it a falling star? Perhaps a mighty ninja soaring through the heavens, descending to this very spot? Or perchance, a divine gift, a wondrous jutsu bestowed upon me? Naruto's mind raced with exhilaration as he sprinted towards the mysterious crash site, eager to uncover the truth. Under normal circumstances, the village's shinobi would have detected the passing light, promptly investigating its origin. Regardless of its size or significance, they would have meticulously scoured the area. However, every ninja in the village was preoccupied, consumed by their pursuit of a mass murderer who had decimated an entire clan. Even Naruto's steadfast ambi guards, who constantly shadowed his every move, had been summoned early in the morning to safeguard the Uchiha compound, ensuring no interference as Itachi carried out his grim task. Thus, Naruto's encounter went unnoticed, an anomaly hidden in the shadows of larger events. When he arrived at the crash site, he discovered a small crater, its center occupied by a metallic box a mere 20x20x20 centimeters cube. Had it not been for the presence of the box within the crater, one might have mistaken it for a natural indentation in the ground. Naruto approached the box with a mix of anticipation and trepidation. He carefully examined its exterior, searching for any signs of damage or an entry point, but found none. He shook the box vigorously, attempting to discern its contents, yet no sound emerged. "Well, I found it. It's mine now. I can open it later," he declared, clutching the box firmly in his arms as he made his way back home. The streets, usually bustling with activity, now lay abandoned as Naruto navigated his way home. Though the hour was only 9 p.m., an unusual stillness permeated the air. With no prying eyes to scrutinize him, a fleeting sense of relief washed over Naruto, momentarily erasing the peculiarities plaguing the village from his mind. Arriving at his humble abode, he placed the enigmatic container on the dining table, then ventured towards the cabinet. As he swung open its doors, a mesmerizing sight greeted his eyes, rows upon rows of neatly arranged cup ramen awaiting his pleasure. How many should I indulge in today? 3, 4. His mind failed to reach a decisive conclusion. The leisurely consumption of ramen was one of the simple pleasures he relished, alongside mischievous pranks and the occasional class skiving. Ravenous hunger guided his actions as he selected 5 cups, carrying them delicately to the dining table. As he savored each mouthful, thoughts of the upcoming academy class clouded his mind, and a faint grimace crossed his face. "Monday means Iruka-sensei's class," he muttered under his breath. Just like every other villager in this place, the disdainful indifference radiating from Iruka, like an invisible barrier, was not lost on Naruto. Though the academy instructor never resorted to violence or scolding, he simply treated Naruto as if he were an inconsequential presence unworthy of acknowledgement. Naruto, however, was powerless to alter this dynamic. "I will become the greatest Hokage, mark my words. Then everyone will respect me," he declared quietly, a determined fire igniting within his heart. Meanwhile, the metal container lay forgotten, tucked away beneath the bed, its secrets patiently waiting to be unveiled. The following day arrived abruptly, shaking Naruto from his slumber. He glanced anxiously at the clock beside his bed. "Oh no, I'm in deep trouble. Only 10 minutes until class," he exclaimed, leaping out of bed, hastily changing his attire and dashing towards the academy. Inside the classroom, before taking attendance, Iruka scanned the room in search of Naruto. Not that he held any particular concern for the boy, this routine played out with every roll call. Has he skipped class again? Iruka wondered to himself. "Alright, everyone, take your seats and respond to the attendance," he instructed, his gaze fixed on the vacant space where Naruto should have been. Just as Iruka's thoughts began to wander, Naruto burst into the room, proclaiming, "Naruto Uzumaki, your future Hokage, reporting for duty." The collective sigh that rippled through the class testified to their familiarity with Naruto's wild and boisterous entrance. One girl, however, blushed ever so slightly as she cast her eyes upon him. "Naruto, enough with the theatrics. Sit down," Kiba retorted, his voice laced with exasperation. And so, the class resumed its usual rhythm. Naruto, alongside Shikamaru, succumbed to the sweet embrace of slumber, paying no heed to the lessons being imparted. Shikamaru, having already absorbed the material in advance, found little reason to engage. Moreover, most of the clan-affiliated children possessed a prior understanding of the curriculum taught by Iruka. As for Naruto, his initial enthusiasm for learning had waned over time, eroded by the attitudes of his instructors and teachers. Consequently, he seldom paid attention in class, unless the subject matter revolved around jutsu or the art of constructing traps areas that piqued his interest. When the afternoon bell tolled, Naruto hastened towards the academy canteen, driven by the emptiness in his stomach. Devoid of breakfast, he yearned to satiate his hunger. Yet, nobody chose to join him at the communal tables. The cafeteria predominantly catered to orphans and civilians, and the number of orphan students was far from scarce. In the capital city of the Land of Fire, countless parentless souls roamed the streets. In a ninja village, where the average lifespan barely surpassed 20 years, orphans were plentiful, serving as potential cannon fodder in the eyes of the village. The afternoon session mirrored the morning's routine, unfolding with a sense of familiarity and monotony. Naruto, wake up! Ichida-sensei is gone. Class is over. We need to head outside now for Mizuki's lesson. Choji nudged Naruto, rousing him from his slumber. Ah, what? Class is over. Then let's go to the playground. Naruto, still groggy, turned his gaze around the room, realizing it was only him, Choji, and Shikamaru present. Troublesome. We have combat class now. Naruto, training ground B, Shikamaru informed, his voice tinged with a hint of laziness. As they made their way toward the training grounds, Naruto engaged in some casual banter with Choji and Shikamaru. Upon reaching their destination, they found the entire class gathered in a semicircle, with Iruka-sensei and Mizuki-sensei standing before them, delivering instructions. The trio's late arrival did not escape Iruka's notice, and a disapproving glare was cast in their direction. Oblivious to Iruka's silent reproach, Naruto addressed the crowd confidently. Hey everyone. Today, I'm going to take Sasuke down. He didn't come to the academy today. Naruto, Choji chimed in, interrupting Naruto's declaration. What? Just when I thought I had the power to defeat that bastard. He's nowhere to be found, Naruto exclaimed, unaware that during roll call, Sasuke's name had been intentionally omitted by Iruka and the other instructors. Although Naruto remained oblivious, others within the class had noticed peculiar changes in the village. Shikamaru had observed the transformations earlier that morning, coupled with his father's mysterious summons by the Hokage the previous night, leaving him absent from home until morning. Additionally, the absence of the village's police force, the Uchiha clan, did not go unnoticed. Normally, Shikamaru would encounter at least 2 patrols during his journey to the academy, but today, they were nowhere to be seen. An air of tension permeated the atmosphere, subtly affecting all the school teachers and instructors. Even when Naruto mentioned Sasuke's name, both Iruka and Mizuki's shoulders stiffened, their eyes widening imperceptibly. Though Shikamaru couldn't draw any definitive conclusions, he intuited that these circumstances were somehow connected to the Uchiha clan. The loser dreams of defeating Sasuke. Give it up, fangirl number 1 remarked, her voice dripping with adoration. Sasuke would win if he were here, fangirl number 2 chimed in. You'll have to defeat me first, dead last. Kiba interjected from the sidelines. Enough chatter. Now, I'll call out names one by one. Each of you will engage in one-on-one Taijutsu matches. Akira versus Nobu, Iruka announced, initiating the Taijutsu class. With the conclusion of the Taijutsu exercises, everyone gradually departed the academy, dispersing into the outside world. Man, today was so boring. My opponent was no challenge at all, Naruto remarked to Shikamaru and Choji. Shikamaru concurred, though not regarding his fight a draw against Choji. He agreed that Naruto's match lacked excitement. Naruto might appear diminutive, but he possessed unparalleled stamina. He merely needed to wear down his opponents before swiftly finishing them off. As for Naruto, his adversary happened to be a civilian, resulting in their fight devolving into a brawl that Naruto easily won. In truth, every confrontation seemed more like brawls, except when clan members sparred. Want to head to the playground now? Naruto inquired, addressing both Shikamaru and Choji. Not today, Naruto. My mother asked me to return home as soon as classes ended, Shikamaru replied, declining Naruto's invitation. Same here, Naruto. I have practice with my father today. Bye-bye, Choji added, similarly turning down the offer. Due to the prevailing tensions within the village, both Shikamaru and Choji's parents had requested their early return that evening. While the three were not particularly close friends, Shikamaru and Choji were the ones who engaged with Naruto regularly. The other kids, especially the civilians, avoided him, prompting Naruto to limit his interactions. Shikamaru and Choji had been the first to initiate conversations, and occasionally partake in pranks with him. Naruto bid farewell to his companions, and made his way to Hokage Mountain. Seated atop the 4th Hokage's head, he gazed down upon the village below. This was one of his customary activities, either perching on the Hokage statues or honing his skills in the forest beyond Hokage Mountain. During his first year at the academy, he constructed a simple yet effective obstacle course, which he completed at least once daily. While it might pose a challenge for many academy students, for Naruto, a stamina powerhouse, it proved effortless. As the day drew to a close, Naruto concluded it with a visit to Ichiraku ramen, savoring the familiar comfort of a warm bowl. Naruto finished his 2 bowls of ramen, his usual miso flavor, at the Ichiraku ramen shop. Chuchi, the owner, knew that Naruto often didn't have money until his stipend arrived, so he allowed him to eat for free now and then until then. Is 2 bowls enough for you, Naruto-kun? Chuchi asked with a knowing smile. "It is enough, Oji-san. In 2 days, Jiji will be bringing my stipend money. After that, I'll eat more," Naruto replied gratefully. Leaving the ramen shop behind, Naruto returned to his house and noticed the metal box resting on the dining table. He had forgotten about it since bringing it home. Intrigued, he attempted various methods to open it, hoping to find something useful inside. Upon rotating the container, he noticed writing on one side that he couldn't understand. Running his finger over the letters, the lid slowly opened with a sharp hiss, releasing a blast of cold air. Jumping back in surprise, Naruto soon became elated at the sight of the open box. Curiosity drew him closer as he inspected its contents. In the center, there was a handprint and an unfamiliar digital display adorned the upper side. It reminded Naruto of a device he had seen in the hospital, but couldn't comprehend its purpose. Driven by his curiosity, he placed his hand on the handprint. Little did Naruto know that the box he held contained bio-nanites that had traversed space and time from an advanced civilization. In this civilization, people routinely traveled between planets for work and entertainment, their bodies enhanced by nanites injected within. The box Naruto possessed was part of a transportation process between planets for a presentation. However, a violent cosmic storm suddenly emerged, destroying the spaceship and leaving only this particular nanite container intact, which was then flung into space. Unbeknownst to Naruto, the nanites within the box were first-generation bio-nanites, equipped with an embedded artificial intelligence (AI). This was a groundbreaking technology even in advanced civilizations. The nanites could self-replicate using the host's biology and support various aspects of their daily lives, including warfare and research. The container Naruto held housed an AI chip and just over 1 million nanites, the minimum required for self-replication. Naruto examined the handprint, marveling at its size, which easily accommodated his hand. Out of sheer curiosity, he placed his hand on the imprint, hoping to witness something remarkable. To his surprise, a beam of light emitted from the handprint, scanning Naruto's hand for several seconds. Then, the handprint lowered and 3 needles emerged, piercing Naruto's hand and injecting the nanites into his system. Startled and in pain, Naruto yelled and jumped back, clutching his right hand. He felt a momentary pricking sensation before it quickly subsided. When he looked down, he saw 3 tiny piercings, resembling the needles he had seen in hospitals, at the center of his palm. Remarkably, the wounds healed within seconds, leaving no evidence behind. Suddenly feeling drowsy, Naruto realized he needed rest. He decided to investigate the contents of the box tomorrow. As he lay on his bed, sleep quickly enveloped him, carrying him into the realm of dreams. With the infusion of nanites into Naruto's biological system, the integration process began. A beep sounded indicating the successful infusion, and the coding process commenced. The nanites, controlled by the embedded AI, started encoding Naruto's DNA, using it as a blueprint for their functions. Simultaneously, the AI established its base in Naruto's brain, replicating itself as a priority over the nanites. These replicated nodes were then dispersed throughout his body, acting as backups for the main AI processor. This network ensured that if the primary processor in Naruto's brain sustained damage or was destroyed, the nodes could replace the damaged ones and continue processing. It formed a hive mind with Naruto as its core. Another beep resounded, signaling the permanent coding of Naruto's DNA into the nanites. Once coded, the nanites could not function outside the body. If a nanite left Naruto's body, it would be out of reach for the AI and disintegrate. And so, Naruto slumbered, unaware of the incredible transformation taking place within him. The fusion of his biology with the advanced bio-nanites promised a future that he could not yet fathom. As the nanites settled within Naruto's body, the process of multiplication and distribution commenced. The nanites required biomass to multiply, yet they did not replace any vital organs, nerves, or essential body parts. Instead, they flowed through his bloodstream or settled in specific organs based on Naruto's preference or convenience. A beep sounded indicating that no additional biomass was necessary for nanite multiplication. However, user permission was required to proceed with the next step. With Naruto currently incapacitated or asleep, the standard procedure was initiated. The nanites began extracting and documenting his memories. Another beep resonated, revealing a new language detected within Naruto's memories. The nanites deciphered the language and seamlessly integrated it as the default. Scanning complete, the information unveiled. Username: Naruto Uzumaki. Age: 7. Height: 110 centimeters. Weight: 15 kilograms. Father's name: unknown. Mother's name: unknown. Energy source: unknown. Identified as chakra in the local language. The user's approval is awaited to investigate further into the energy source chakra. The nanites return to standby mode, patiently awaiting Naruto's awakening to continue their exploration. Naruto's eyes fluttered open upon hearing the alarm, abruptly ending its blaring. Surprisingly, he felt exceptionally refreshed from his night's slumber. Glancing at the clock, he discovered it was merely 7:30 a.m. Typically rising at 8:30 a.m., Naruto contemplated lazing about until his usual waking time, creating a mental schedule in his mind. However, his tranquility shattered when he heard a monotone voice, a voice devoid of gender or emotion, greeting him with a simple "Good morning, sir." Startled, Naruto jolted out of bed, instinctively assuming a defensive stance. "Who's there?" he shouted into the empty room, his gaze darting around. Meanwhile, the owl within Naruto's system began scanning the surroundings. From his perspective, everything appeared in a yellow hue. Grids and lines weaving and shifting before his eyes. Naruto's mind raced, recalling tales of fabled genjutsu, illusions capable of deceiving one's senses. Desperate, he repeatedly shouted Kai at the top of his lungs, a supposed counter to genjutsu. To Naruto's surprise, Owl's scan reported no individuals in the visible vicinity. Yet, the voice persisted, reaching his consciousness directly, bypassing his ears. "Who are you?" Naruto inquired cautiously, his guard still up. He had encountered people using genjutsu to harm him before, often in the bustling market, but never within the sanctity of his home. Perhaps this marked a new escalation. Before him, a transparent white screen materialized, displaying words that echoed in his mind. "Sorry for the misunderstanding, sir. I am Bio Nanite number 001, an owl nanite designed to assist the user in day-to-day activities." The words vanished, leaving Naruto bewildered. What are you talking about?" he stammered, trying to make sense of the situation. Once again, different words materialized on the screen, sending basic information manual on how to use a bio nanite. "Yes/no," Naruto hesitantly replied. Yes." In an instant, knowledge flooded his consciousness. He absorbed information about nanites, nanotechnology, bio nanites, artificial intelligence, their applications, and how to handle such advanced technology. The information arrived in manageable intervals, allowing Naruto's mind to adapt and absorb the knowledge swiftly. A relentless deluge continued, bombarding his already astonished mind. Overwhelmed, Naruto nearly fainted under the weight of the immense information deposited within him. The process consumed nearly half an hour. Yet miraculously, he comprehended every single word. Unlike his struggles in understanding the lessons at school or the books he attempted to read, he marveled, exclaiming, "Awesome." Despite his initial discomfort with something residing within his body, as the nanite's information settled, he realized it was merely an aid, a teacher or helper, molded according to the user's desires. Naruto's heart swelled with newfound hope as he contemplated the possibility of achieving his dream of becoming Hokage with the help of his newfound companion. His eyes shimmered with anticipation as he posed the question, "Can you help me become Hokage?" The nanite, devoid of ridicule or rejection, acknowledged the request, but required more information. Necessary information to become a Hokage is not found in the user's memory. It is recommended that the user provide the required details, so that I can formulate an answer, it responded. Undeterred, Naruto felt a glimmer of reassurance, realizing that the nanite was willing to assist him rather than dismiss his aspirations. He continued, "Then can you teach me awesome jutsu that can make me super strong? I don't have any jutsu users." If the user requires, a new task can be created to research and develop jutsus, the nanite replied, offering a solution. Realizing that he didn't want to be addressed merely as the user, Naruto asserted his identity. My name is not the user. You can call me Naruto, you know. What is your name, by the way?" The nanite, now referred to as Bio Nanite number 001, responded, "Answering your question, Naruto, I am Bio Nanite number 001. Unsatisfied with the lengthy designation, Naruto requested a change. That is too long. Can you change it? I can't call you Bio Nanite number 001 every time. And can't you speak normally? Your voice is not very nice," he expressed his thoughts. Nano, considering Naruto's request, offered alternatives. "Naruto can decide my name, or I can bring up a suggestion page with various names. To communicate with me, you don't need to speak aloud. Just speak in your mind and think about what you need. I can read your thoughts," Nano explained. A sweet, emotionless female voice resonated in Naruto's mind. Nano had selected a female voice based on its pleasantness to most individuals. Naruto perceived this change as an improvement and, after contemplating for a moment, settled on the name Nano. Filled with jubilation, Naruto's excitement was interrupted when Nano displayed a message before his eyes. Time, 8 o'clock. Nanites present 70% above optimal level, but below the necessary level. Biomass is required for nanite production. Naruto must eat more food for further production. Understanding the situation, Naruto cheerfully obliged. He indulged in 10 cups of ramen to satiate both his and Nano's appetite. Eager to make the most of his enhanced state, he arrived at the academy early, the first one in the classroom. Recognizing the importance of keeping Nano a secret, Naruto decided not to reveal its existence to anyone else. At present, Nano was his sole ally, and he feared others might attempt to remove or steal it from him. Immersed in his studies, Naruto delved into his academy book, silently absorbing knowledge. When he inquired how to gather information for Nano, the nanite suggested reading books. Initially reluctant due to his struggles with reading, Naruto expressed his doubts. However, Nano assured him that he didn't have to read the books entirely. Flipping through the pages would suffice, as Nano could read the contents on his behalf. Skeptical yet willing to give it a try, Naruto picked up a book from the dining table in his house, and embarked on his reading journey. Reading proved to be a daunting task for Naruto, but Nano's unique approach eased his burden. Instead of reading, Naruto simply turned the pages one by one, while Nano recorded and absorbed the book's contents. Naruto followed Nano's instructions diligently, recognizing that his path to becoming Hokage required enduring some hardships. As Naruto finished reading the book, he eagerly inquired, "Did you read everything?" Nano, having successfully scanned and compiled the contents of Konoha History Part I, offered to transfer the information directly to Naruto's brain. Konoha History Part I, scanning and compiling successfully. Send the contents of the book to your brain. Yes/no, it prompted. With a hint of hesitation, Naruto replied, yes. The familiar sensation of needles pricking his brain returned as the information flowed into his mind. Dizziness washed over him, and he grasped onto the chair for support. Nano assured him, transfer complete. You will get used to the dizziness as you consume more books regularly. True to its words, within a minute or two, Naruto felt the dizziness subside, and he could recall the book's contents with clarity. Naruto diligently checked the information progress bar, constantly seeking signs of improvement. To his relief, it showed a modest increase of 0.3%. He realized that the information dumped from Nano's manual had granted him knowledge of basic mathematics, preventing him from feeling discouraged about his efforts. The following week proceeded similarly, with Naruto fervently reading any book he could find, managing to go through at least a dozen books each day. Sitting still for more than that proved challenging, but Nano didn't mind. Their routine also included evening excursions around the village, where Nano would scan and record everything they encountered. When Naruto encountered a roadblock in accessing the academy library, Nano suggested using the transformation technique, Henge no Jutsu, to overcome the obstacle. Nano also evaluated Naruto's transformation technique as 80% perfect, having learned about it from a book. The remaining 10% required honing his stealth and chakra concealment skills, concepts that Naruto didn't fully grasp. Nevertheless, with 80% proficiency, Naruto felt content. Upon receiving his stipend money from the Hokage, Naruto entrusted Nano with its management, reserving a portion for his beloved ramen. After all, a little indulgence couldn't hurt when it came to important matters. Now, Naruto found himself sitting in the classroom, engrossed in a book he had borrowed from the library the previous day. That morning, Nano had informed him that the information bar had reached 20%, specifically on Hokage-related matters and some history, although the complete ninja system remained incomplete. This news fueled Naruto's enthusiasm, as he eagerly immersed himself in flipping through books, inching closer to his goal. Nano, not idle during this period, dedicated time to observing the fights between instructors and students at the academy training ground. It assimilated and organized a proper fighting technique, which, although simplistic, surpassed Naruto's current knowledge and abilities. With Naruto's increasing exposure to Nano's information, his comprehension skills began to flourish. By the end of the week, he felt an insatiable eagerness to delve into more books and absorb knowledge. Nano, taking charge of their conversations, efficiently formulated words based on the information it had gathered from books, lessons, and Naruto's memories. Through this process, Nano concluded, deception and information were vital traits for a ninja, with the rest being secondary. Hence, Nano selectively omitted unnecessary information to prevent it from cluttering Naruto's mind, recognizing that the academy books primarily served as tools for indoctrination and loyalty to the Hidden Leaf Village. Despite his increased thirst for knowledge, Naruto's behavior remained largely unchanged, aside from his book-flipping activities. The academy proceeded as usual, with instructors focusing on lessons and Naruto consistently stumbling through them. Hinata, often observing Naruto albeit from a distance, noticed a change in him over the week. She had glimpsed him entering the library under a transformation jutsu, though her shyness prevented her from approaching him. This pattern persisted throughout the entire week, and as students started trickling into the classroom, Hinata believed she was the first until she noticed Naruto already seated there, fully engrossed in his reading. Shikamaru entered the classroom alongside Choji, who pointed out Naruto's early arrival. Displeased with losing their bet, Shikamaru clicked his tongue and handed 50 ryo to Choji. Their wager was based on Shikamaru's belief that Naruto wouldn't maintain this routine for more than a week, expecting him to revert to his usual behavior sooner. Yet, it had already been a whole week since Naruto began his focused routine, debunking Shikamaru's assumptions. Monday, in particular, seemed like the day Naruto would return to his normal self, leading to Shikamaru's bet with Choji. Furthermore, Naruto hadn't bothered Sakura throughout the week, surprising both Shikamaru and Choji. Naruto had contemplated asking Sakura to hang out, but his burning desire to become Hokage took precedence over pursuing a date. Shikamaru settled into his seat near Naruto, curiously observing the book Naruto was meticulously flipping through, realizing that his 1-week prediction had been proven wrong. Shikamaru's voice broke the concentration of Naruto, who turned to see him standing nearby. "What are you doing, Naruto?" Shikamaru inquired, his trademark laziness evident in his tone. Naruto glanced at Shikamaru before replying, "I'm searching for topics related to the Hokage." He spoke the words that appeared in front of him and resumed reading the book. Recognizing Naruto's focused behavior as typical, Shikamaru nodded in understanding. However, Sakura, seated in front of Naruto, couldn't resist scoffing. "Just because you're reading some facts about the Hokage doesn't mean you'll become Hokage. If anyone will become Hokage, it's my Sasuke-kun," she declared with confidence. Naruto remained silent, following Nano's instruction to ignore her comment. He desperately wanted to assert his ambition to become Hokage one day, but he refrained from doing so. Shikamaru turned his head to locate Sasuke, and found him seated near the window in the middle row. His father had advised him to observe Sasuke more closely, informing him about the Uchiha massacre. The news had spread throughout the village, and it marked Sasuke's first day at the academy since the tragic event. Gradually, some students became aware of the Uchiha clan massacre, and its connection to Sasuke's elder brother, though not many were willing to discuss it openly in class. Nano had also gathered information through rumors and gossip, utilizing its nanites to enhance Naruto's hearing and eavesdrop on distant conversations without relying on chakra. It knew that the Uchiha clan no longer existed in the village. Naruto quietly repeated the words displayed on the screen, directing the question to Shikamaru in a hushed voice. "Hey Shikamaru, do you know what happened to the Uchiha clan?" Shikamaru pondered whether to respond with the truth or a lie. After careful consideration, he decided the Uchiha clan was massacred by Itachi Uchiha last week and Sasuke is the sole survivor. He was hospitalized and was only discharged yesterday. Understanding the gravity of the revelation, Naruto's eyes widened in astonishment. He was aware of the Uchiha clan's existence, primarily through their role in the village's police force. Their formidable strength was legendary, and they commanded respect from both fellow ninjas and civilians, much like Naruto himself. A vivid memory from Naruto's past emerged prominently in his mind as Nano displayed a video-like scene through his eyes. It was during his early days at the academy when he found himself on the playground, overwhelmed with joy as a girl approached him eager to play. Together, they spent hours engrossed in their games. As the day drew to a close and parents began to arrive, Naruto wished to retreat, aware of the inevitable repercussions. However, the girl insisted on playing a little longer. When her plea went unanswered, she burst into tears. The spoiled girl knew that crying often granted her desires, but to others, it seemed as though Naruto, the boy branded as a demon, had done something to upset her. Suddenly, the girl's father stormed towards them, shouting along the way, "Get away from my daughter, you demon!" Naruto braced himself for the impending punishment. However, his fear was momentarily overshadowed when a ninja materialized out of thin air, standing at the edge of the playground. Upon witnessing the appearance of the police force, the girl's father hesitated to lay a hand on Naruto, and swiftly departed with his weeping child. Just like others in the playground, the people present avoided the ninja, as if they avoided Naruto himself. This distinct memory lingered vividly in his mind, particularly the vivid red eyes they all possessed. Those eyes stirred something within him, an intense and restless energy that he still felt, aided by Nano's assistance in unlocking his eidetic memory. Considering Itachi's ability to wipe out an entire clan of individuals with similar red eyes, Naruto couldn't help but unconsciously gulp, recognizing the sheer strength possessed by his brother. While lost in his thoughts, Nano analyzed the details independently. "Alright, everyone, settle down. It's time to start the class," the instructor called out, capturing Naruto's attention. Nano had already devised its training plan, prioritizing the development of Naruto's sensory abilities. Keeping his progress discreet was crucial, and becoming a sensor played a significant role in achieving that. Physical improvement and taijutsu training would follow in due time. Nano had noticed that Naruto was constantly being trailed whenever he arrived at the academy. These masked figures tailing him were undoubtedly skilled ninjas. Ordinarily, Nano would have been oblivious to the presence of the ninja tailing Naruto if they had been diligent in their task. However, their constant negligence made it all too easy for Nano to detect them effortlessly. To make matters more intriguing, Naruto's room underwent daily inspections. Nano had recorded every intricate detail of his room, enabling it to detect the slightest displacement, no matter how minuscule. Each day, Naruto's books were shifted by a few centimeters, giving Nano immediate knowledge of the intrusion. These ninjas tailing Naruto were none other than the Anbu guards appointed by the Hokage. Assigned to this mission as a form of punishment, they often displayed lackadaisical attitudes. Given that their duty involved monitoring an academy student, only experienced veterans accepted such assignments during their rest periods between missions. Nano, recognizing the Anbu's involvement, concluded that Naruto was no ordinary orphan. The fact that Anbu agents were shadowing his every move fueled Nano's determination to assist Naruto in his first task, becoming Hokage. Taking into account the necessary qualities for the Hokage position, Nano formulated a training program. The requirements encompass becoming the strongest ninja, possessing intuition, sharp learning agility, strategic thinking, dominance, cunning, and more. The designated period for this monumental goal was set at 20 years, considering that every previous Hokage in Konoha's history had attained the position before reaching the age of 30. With the plan evaluated and completed, Nano recognized the need for constant adaptation and improvement as it gathered new information daily. The initial focus of the plan revolved around developing Naruto's sensory abilities, enabling him to be aware of his mind at all times. This awareness would grant both Naruto and Nano an advantage in their quest. And that's it for this episode of Naruto What Ifs. I hope you enjoyed this scenario and learned something new. We saw how Naruto's life and ninja journey would change if he had an AI companion from another dimension. We saw how the AI would help him, hinder him, and challenge him in different ways. We saw how the AI would fit in the Naruto world, and how it would affect Naruto's relationships with his friends and enemies. We also saw how the AI would have its own personality, goals, and secrets, and how it would influence Naruto's destiny. This scenario was a fascinating exploration of the potential and peril of having an AI friend in the Naruto universe. It was also a tribute to Naruto's character and story, and how he overcame his loneliness and hardships with his courage and determination. So, what did you think of this scenario? Did you like it or not? Do you agree or disagree with the outcomes? Do you have any questions or suggestions? Let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear your feedback and opinions. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you never miss any of our future videos. We have more awesome scenarios coming up soon, so stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time on Naruto What Ifs. I'm the Sensei signing out.
Never tell a fact that I never stay running. Sipping on facts, damn, no, I got stacks to the left. Taking bitches straight for another cat.